Hey Fortniters, welcome to Shout Out Sunday. This is a new series that I'm starting where basically all I do is shout out cool comments that I find in my comment section. So be sure to comment, like, and subscribe on this video. If you couldn't tell, that was in fact not real. If you thought that intro was real, you're more dumb than Bansies. Who's Bansy? Don't bother finding out. Yeah, but I am reading all of my not all of them. I'm just gonna select a couple of comments, see what they say, and be like, yo, this guy's cool, and shout them out. So sorry if you hear any background noise. My brother's playing Rocket League and can't stop flaunting about how amazing he is, and it is very windy outside for some reason, so you might hear the wind. But yeah, today I will be reading one of my comments from my diss track video. Basically, this comment really piqued my interest, and I thought it was really cool. So let me just pull it up right here real quick. Very unprofessional, I know. So while I'm pulling this up, how was your guys' days? Just post that in the comments. I'll read them next time, so it's all good for a part 2 of this fantastic series. I believe that everyone will love it, because they'll always want to be onto this channel. And okay, I finally found the comment. It was under freaking so many comments, man. You don't understand how many comments. There's like freaking, I don't know, like 4. So there will be a cut there in the audio. This is by Bmaac 05. This was posted a month ago. I know that's quite a long time, but I thought this was a pretty cool comment, and so I reminded myself to read it. So what Bmaac 05 says is, in Congress, July 4th, 1776. By the way, I am very dyslexic, so if this sounds very bad, because I suck at reading. So, in Congress, July 4th, 1776, the unanimous declaration of the 13 United States of America, when in the course of human events it became necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal nation to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them. Dissent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the cause which impel them to the separation. Very good comment so far. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments and instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. That's whenever any form of government becomes sorry, hold on, I feel like I'm too far away from the microphone. Where was I? Shoot. I found it. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. What the hell does that mean? Prudence. Yeah. Prudence indeed will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light or transcendent causes. And oh god, this sucks, man. I mean, this is a great comment. I love it. And accordingly, all experience hath strewn that mankind are more disposed to suffer, while evils are sufferable, than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. But when a long train of abuses and usurpations pursuing involuntarily the same object evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. Such has been the patient sufferance of these colonies, and is now the colonies were there, and such is now the necessity which constrains them to alter their former systems of government. The history of the present King of Great Britain is a history of repeated injuries and usurpations, all having in direct object the establishment of an absolute tyranny over these states. To prove this, let facts be submitted to a candid world. Dude, I love this. Really good. He has refused his assent to laws, the most wholesome and necessary for the public good. He has forbidden his governors to pass laws of immediate and pressing importance unless suspended in their operation till his assent should be obtained, and when so suspended, he has utterly neglected to attend them. He has refused to pass other laws for the accommodation of large districts of people, unless those people would relinquish the right of representation in the legislature, a right insentible to them and formidable to tyrants only. He has called together legislative bodies at places unusual, uncomfortable, and distant from the dispository of their public records, for the sole purpose of fatiguing them into compliance with his measures. Sorry, just got a frog stuck in my throat. He has dissolved representative houses repeatedly for opposing with manly firmness his invasions on the rights of people. He has refused for a long time, after such disillusions, to cause others to be elected, whereby the legislative powers incapable of annihilation have returned to the people at large for their exercise, the state remaining in the mean time exposed to all the dangers of invasion from without and convulsions within. He has endeavored to prevent the population of these states for that purpose, obstructing the laws for naturalization of foreigners, refusing to pass other to encourage their migrations. Hither, not Hitler, I'm so sorry. Hither, and raising the conditions of new appreciations of land. Very good. I love this, man. It's very good to know how I'm doing. Like, people, you gotta tell me that, you know. He has obstructed the administration of justice by refusing his assent to laws for establishing judiciary powers. He has made judges dependent on his will alone for the tenures of his offices and the amount of payment for their salaries. He has erected He has erected a multitude of new offices and sent Hither swarms of offices to harass our people and eat out their substance. I have done that before. He has kept among us in times of peace standing armies without the consent of our legislators. He has effected or render the military independent of the superior to the civil power. He has combined with others to subject us to a jurisdiction foreign to our constitution and unacknowledged by our laws, giving his assent to their acts of pretended legislation for quarters. I could do a quarter right now. Just a quarter pounder. Sorry. For quartering large bodies of unarmed troops among us, for protecting them by a mock trial from punishment for any murders which they should commit on inhabitants of these states, for cutting off our trade with all parts of the world, for composing taxes on us without our for cutting off our trade with all parts of the world, from imposing taxes on us without our consent, from depriving us in many cases of the benefits of trial by jury, for transporting us beyond seas to be tried in pretended offenses, for abolishing the free system of English laws in our neighboring providence, establishing therein an arbitrary government, and enlarging its boundaries so as to render it at once an example of fit instrument for introducing the same absolute rule in these colonies, for taking away charters, abolishing our most valuable laws, and altering fundamentally the forms of governments, for suspending our own legislators and declaring themselves invested with power to legislate for us in all cases whatsoever. He has abdicated government here by declaring... Oh frick, my computer just turned off. Where was I? He has abdicated government here by declaring us out of his protection and waging war against us. He has plundered the seas, ravaged our coasts, burned our towns, and destroyed the lives of our people. He is at the time trespassing, transporting large armies of foreign mercenaries to complete the works of death, scary, desolation, and tyranny, already begun with circumstances of cruelty and perfidy, perfidy, scarcely periled in the most barbarous. What the hell is that supposed to mean? Barbarous ages. Barbarous. It's a cool name. I should name my dog that. Barbarous ages, and totally unworthy the head of civilized nation. He has constrained our fellow citizens, taken captive on the high seas, to bear arms against their country, to become the executioners of their friends and brethren, or to fall themselves by their hands. He has excited domestic insurrections among us, and has endeavored to bring on the inhabitants of our frontiers, the merciless Indian savages. Savage, what are you, a maverick freaking idiot? Whose known rule of warfare is an... The hell do you say that? Undistinguished. I'm silly. Destruction of all ages, sexes, and conditions. In every stage of these operations. Aren't those ghosts? Scary. We have petitioned for redress in the most humble terms. Our repeated petitions have been answered by only one repeated injury. A prince whose character is thus marked by every act which may define a tyrant is unfit to be ruler. Nor have we been waiting. Sorry, I just got something in my throat. Nor have we been wanting in attentions for our British brethren. We have warned them from time to time of attempts by their legislators to extend an unwarrantable jurisdiction over us. We have reminded them of circumstances of our immigration and settlement here. We have appealed to their native justice and magnanimity and we have conjured them by the ties of our common kindred to disavow these aberrations which would inevitably interrupt our connections and correspondence. They too have been deaf to the voice of justice and consanguinity. We must therefore acquiesce in the necessity which denounces our separation, and hold them as we hold the rest of mankind, enemies in war and peace friends. We therefore We therefore, the representatives of the United States of America in General Congress assembled, appealing to the Supreme Judge of the world for the recuted, I don't know how to say that, of our intentions, do the name by authority and the good people of these colonies solemnly published and declare that these united colonies are and the right ought to be free and independent states, that they are absolved from all allegiance and the British Crown, and that a political connection between them and the state of Great Britain is and ought to be totally dissolved, and that is free and independent states they have full power to levy war, conclude peace, contract alliances, establish commerce, and to do all other acts and things which independent states may right do, and for the support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on our protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor. Alright, wow, okay, thank you, Bmaac 005, or, Bmaac 05 for that, amazing comment. I really appreciate the support on my, diss track. Oh frick, what should I am planning on making another diss track, but not a diss track, what are they called, I'm planning on making another song, soon, I don't know, so, look forward to that. Thank you for watching this first, shout out Sunday, yeah, I think that's all I gotta say. Thank you, Bmaac, for everything, and I'll see you guys, Fortniters, whenever that music comes out.